Hey grade 8. Today we are continuing in our lessons on comparative writing, and I think that this is lesson 3 already, isn't it? I'm just going to put that up here. Okay. Now last week what we ended up with was this chart that compared the apple to the orange. We've got some colors. We made sure that we organized it, we categorized things, and all I've done is gone in and put in these 3 things. I've put in just a little title here that says category for comparison. And then I've labeled the apple item 1 and the orange item 2. So I'd like you to just take a minute. You can pause the video, and I want you to do the same thing for your chart that you have that matches this one, because we're going to need that information going on. So now that you've done that, I want us to think, how would you, if you were telling people about an apple and an orange and telling them how you decide to take things for lunch, how would you compare these 2 items? Would you tell your listener all about the apple first and then all about the orange? Or would you decide that you were going to do a category by category comparison and talk about how each one bruises, how each one might need extra equipment, and the mess level of each one? What would you do? Well, that's actually a choice that authors have to make every day when they're choosing to compare things. It's the same choice YouTubers make when they're doing reviews on 2 different items. It's the choice that you make every morning, whether when you decide Fruit Loops or Rice Krispies. Okay, there are different ways that we compare. Now, if you are the type of person that compares one item fully and then moves on to the next, that's called block format. That's the fancy English word. If you're the type of person that compares by category, like this, then you are thinking in what's called point by point format. Now I'm going to lift this page, and underneath are going to be some notes that I would like you to pause the video and then take. So you're going to pause, take the notes, and the first thing you're going to see is the outline for point by point format. Sorry, I just lost my train of thought there. But I'm going to move this sheet of paper right off, but I want you just to put it to the side wherever you're working, okay? Because I want you to still have it available to look at. Okay, so I'm hoping that you have paused and taken these notes. If you see here in black, what I have is actually just like a really basic outline for what it would look like if you went into your writing and you categorized apple and orange in point by point format. We're dealing first with the bruising, then the extra equipment, and then the mess. And see how I've kept this the same in each? Right? I want it to be parallel, so I want to go apple, orange, apple, orange, apple, orange. I don't want to shift that around. So it's all organized. And of course, at the bottom, we would make a decision of some kind about what fruit we wanted and why we chose that. So the next method to do it is block format. So I'm just going to flip this and you can take a look. So go ahead and pause the video and write out this general outline as well. I'm going to keep going. Okay, so if you're thinking in block format, if you notice, I've dealt with the apple and then I've dealt with the orange, but at the end I actually still have to make a decision. And do you see how it's organized? I might just be talking about the apple, but I'm still covering the bruising, extra equipment, and mess. And then when I talk about the orange, in the same order, I'm going to talk about bruising, extra equipment, and mess. I'm not going to mess these around. They should match. So all this is showing you is what it would look like if we took the exact same information and organized it in those 2 different ways. What I would like you to do is to take your desert island example, and I want you to choose either point by point or block and create the same chart and fill it in for your items that you did for your desert island notes. So if you were comparing tape versus glue, maybe you want to have stickiness, portability, and stability over time. And then you would have what? Stickiness, portability, and how it lasts over time. It would have to be the same, okay? And the same thing, all the same information is just in a different way there. If you want to extend your learning, you can do your desert island example in both formats. It would just give you an idea of how the information shifts, even though all the same information is covered. So that's it for today. Next week, we are going to write an outline for this paragraph, and you're going to be submitting that outline to me. So good luck. Email me if you have any questions.